Hello.
You want to get us started off with a opening statement?
Yeah, proud of the team and figuring, found a way to win a very tough slugfest, old style football game. You don't see a lot of those anymore, but there's still an art to doing that and be able to figure out how to win. Our defense kept rising their game, doing what they had to do, made stops consistently. I thought our punter was outstanding in the game about getting balls. Down in the red zone inside the 10. I thought he was outstanding in punting the football on the night, even when they come in and rushing. Our coverage was really good that way. Field goal kicker was good. Now, our return game was not. I thought we had way too many penalties on punt return. We had a big return that got us down to the 25. Could have really put the game away after we was up 3 scores. Got a critical holding there. Got 2 on some later ones. I mean, the undisciplined part of that is unexcusable. Offensively, way too inconsistent. Didn't block well up front. Didn't protect the quarterback as well. Took a lot of hits. Discipline things. Still missed some throws that we should have made. Quite a few throws. I can't have the fumble on the short yardage. Got to get open better in man coverage. Got to be able to play that, get open, rub our things, and get separation. And just didn't play well. Didn't get a rhythm going offensively, play with any consistency. But our defense was outstanding in the game. But I say this: our team found ways to win the game, and that's what's important. And you did that, and there's a learning curve in that. But you see a lot of room to improve and a lot of work we got to get done. Questions?
I will start with Colin Buchanan from Texas.com. Uh-oh. Control? Not hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Go ahead.
Okay, a couple things, Jimbo. First of all, do you think the layoff or the weather, how much might that have contributed to the offensive issues overall and for Kellen in general?
None. Thought we were good in practice. Thought the weather, I didn't think it was that bad. Thought it was very light rain in the game. I didn't think it was bad at all. And just offensively, we just didn't do what we need to do. And as a coach, I got to do a better job of coaching. I've got to do a better job of coaching and getting them ready. That's on me.
Okay, and secondly, are you concerned? Do you feel like, or is there a need to, with being so high in the playoff discussion, to not just win but win with some style?
I'm not worried about the playoff. I'm worried about playing football and playing good football. And we play good football, it'll take care of itself. Everything will take care of itself. Whatever happens on that, we need to play good football and everything will take care of itself. It has nothing to do with that.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Next up is Brent Zwerman from the Houston Chronicle. Jimbo, I wanted to ask you about the disruption of DeMarvin Leal, especially in the first half, kind of setting the tone for that defense.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you that guy's talented now. Inside, outside, pass rush, play the run. He is a talented young football player, man. Getting better and better, and does a great job with leadership. Outstanding in the game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Gabe Bach from Texas.com.
Yeah, Jimbo, can you remember a time where you hit a quarterback that much and only had 3 sacks to show for it? I mean, how incredible was especially the blitzes, well-timed blitzes on both those QBs, from safeties and linebackers?
We were getting home, and like I say, even when you weren't, you were still getting hits on the quarterback. And I don't care who you are or what you are, the best in the business, when you get hit, it affects you. And it affected us too on our side too. But I mean, our defense was outstanding, getting the pressure, making the ball come out, making deflections, caused the 1 interception, which we got the big turnover for the touchdown, which was outstanding by Buddy and the defense. And I can't remember who got the pressure on that play, but somebody got a hit. I remember they were all around him, and man, they were outstanding in the game. Thought Mike did a heck of a job on defense.
Next up is Zach Taylor, but just a reminder, if you have a question, send me a chat.
Yeah, Jimbo, I was wondering if you could just speak to Isaiah's performance tonight, and it seemed at times, at least in between the tackles, that it was hard for him to garner some yards, so kind of a game where he had some big runs, but also was difficult getting yards.
Yeah, really, I thought he did well. It was a weird way he got his yards because, like I say, it was more in chunks. And big times, he made a big run for the touchdown, which was outstanding. He ran hard. They were twisting, doing some games inside. We didn't get enough movement. We got to be stronger. We got to get more movement and doing that thing and get up in there. So we'll wait till I look at the film and make the final evaluation. But I thought Isaiah ran hard tonight. I really did.
All right, let's go to Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle, and then back to Gabe Bach.
Hey, Coach. Curious with how good the offensive line has been this season. Wondering what you thought maybe caused a little bit of the struggles up front that you mentioned in your opening statement.
Got the butts kicked. I mean, that's about as simple as you can put it. We didn't play well. Didn't move them well. Didn't get hats on hats. Didn't stay consistent. Stay on blocks. And I mean, they're trying hard, playing hard. Nothing about that. I got to do a better job of putting them in situations they can be successful. and got to help them out a little bit too. But they play hard. I'm not about that. We weren't consistent enough to do what we needed to do in those situations. And and even on offense, we had a couple big drops early. I mean, we had a drop there. We had a drop late after one of their turnovers too, right down the sideline. I can't remember that way too. So I mean, and it's just you couldn't get momentum on offense. You couldn't get a rhythm. You couldn't get things going. And then it all, and like I say, it all goes back. I always say this: you really notice when up front doesn't go as well as you want. I don't care what your skill guys do, but it's not all their fault. We had plenty of places with our skill guys, we could have played a lot better too, a lot better.
And I know you mentioned COVID wasn't an excuse, but was there any major contact tracing issues in those past 2 weeks that involved any of those offensive position groups?
No, that's the bad part. The linemen were almost all there. They were all there. So.
And then finally, what is any status update on Demas? I know he wasn't suited up.
He just wasn't unavailable. He was unavailable this week.
All right, thanks.
All right, we're down to our last two questioners. Gabe Bach is next, and then Jennifer.
Jim, I wanted to ask you about Anaya Smith. He's such a dynamic player, but he only had 3 touches for you. Do you think about maybe mixing him in or running back again just to get him going? What can you do to get him?
We got to get open. Got to give him the ball. He had some routes he was open. We didn't get him the ball. He had some chances to make. He got to get open on some man coverages, and it works both ways. I mean, and things that go there. They take him there. They take it away from Isaiah too, but we put him back there in some at the end. But you got to get open. You got to catch the ball. We got to throw it to you when you're open. Combination thing. We definitely need to get him more touches there. That's for sure.
All right, let's go to Jennifer from the Battalion, and then back to Oakland.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you about how you felt about Smalls opening up the scoring for the game and his kick.
I thought he had 2 nice kicks. The first kick was very important, and I thought the kick before the half was really critical too. That was a big drive going down 2 minutes again, scoring before the half, which we've done a good job on this year, and that was a big kick. Seth's had a really nice year, done a nice job.
And then moving forward with being ranked so high in the playoff rankings, what are you going to do to eliminate the incomplete passes from Mott?
Oh, I have nothing to do with ranking. We got to get open. We got to protect better. So Kellen had throws he should have hit. We should have protected him better, and we should have got open more. So it's a combination of all 3 things. And I watched it. So we got to get better on offense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll finish up with Owen Buchanan. Can't hear you, Owen, if you're talking.
What says,
There you are.
there I am, okay. Yeah, the last thing, the Kellen's fumble when you are down around the 5-yard line on 4th down.
You don't ever stick it out. You don't ever stick it out. You got to push. We had push on the right side. Got a hole in there. We got to stay behind it and push and get it. You can't jump up and stick the ball out like that.
Did you sense something within your team, a frustration or wind out of the sails, so to speak?
No, I mean our energy was good, our stuff. We just didn't play well, and it wasn't because of want to, wasn't because of their desire, wasn't because of any of those things. We just did not play well, and it just kept rolling, and we did some uncharacteristic things, and we got to get fixed, and we got to do it quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's all the questions we have for you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, DeMarvin Leal is on the way. For DeMarvin, send him my way.
All right, Mark, you good? Yes, sir.
Hey, DeMarvin, welcome to the Zoom.
How you doing?
All good. Got some questions for you. We'll start off with Gabe Bach from Texas
Sir.
Hey, DeMarvin, if you could just take us through the pressure you guys put on both those quarterbacks tonight, especially dialing up well-timed blitzes with the linebackers and safeties, but you guys had a pretty big night getting after the quarterback.
Yes, sir. Elko had a great game plan going into the game, and we just preached all week about getting the pressure and being able to do our job extremely well. So that just caused us to be able to give both QBs pressure and just kept it going.
All right, let's go to Zach Taylor and then Travis Brown.
Yeah, DeMarvin, one, just how disappointing was it when you guys weren't able to get the shutout? I know that that's something you'll probably hang your hats on. And two, just the elements and having to deal with that defensively, you think that helped you guys out tonight?
Being able to shut them out definitely was extremely helpful throughout the game, and I wouldn't say that them scoring at the last few seconds of the game is like terrible. I just say it's an SEC game, so teams are meant to score. It's good. That's a great offense, and so just very grateful that we were able to stop them.
And do you think that the elements really helped you guys out tonight with it being a little rainy and things?
Oh man, it's old school football right there. Being able to make them run, not them being able to pass as well as they usually can. So the rain definitely helps, forcing them to have to run the ball.
All right, we're to Alex Miller from the Eagle.
Hey, Marvin, just wanted to ask you about that fourth down stop you had on LSU's first drive, and how big was that for you guys to set a tone early on defense?
Man, it was extremely exciting, and it just got everybody hyped up, and it just helped our confidence out even more than it already was. So I say that fourth down stop extremely helped the team a lot.
And one more question. It seemed like a lot of your plays came on first and second down, and how important was that for you guys to put LSU in long down and distance situations on third down?
It was very important to be able to stop them on first and second down, which created momentum for our secondary to be able to stop them on the third and long and be able to get into the zone and man and be able to stop them any way possible.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're down to our last question for DeMarvin, and it's from Jennifer Battaglia.
Hey, I wanted to ask you how you felt about Johnson's touchdown, especially with it being his last game against LSU.
Oh man, that was an exciting moment just to see him break a few tackles and fight his way in there. It was just amazing, and I know that moment meant a lot to him, and just to be able to come back and just be successful during this whole entire game, and he had a great game. So I know he's very excited.
Thank you.
All right, one last question from Gabe.
Yeah, Marvin, how far has Bobby Brown come? A guy that you play next to all the time. I believe he's had a sack in 4 straight games now.
Oh man, Bobby, man, like I said on my first interview, we always preach getting to the QB and just working our hands and our footwork. So we've all came along, and Bobby, you know what I'm saying, he's part of the leading the pack. He's leading the pack as well. So just him being able to apply everything that we preach is just building momentum for every game.
Thank you, Marvin.
All right, we have one last question from Justin Woodard at KAGS.
Hey, DeMarvin, just on a night where the offense wasn't explosive as they have been the last couple of weeks, you sense in a game like that that you need to take over, and when the offense is struggling a little bit, how nice is it to have a defensive performance like you had tonight?
Wait, can you say that again? I didn't hear most of that.
On a night when the offense is struggling, how nice is it to put together a performance that y'all think tonight?
We just do what we always do, just having each other's back. That's football, you know. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way it's supposed to, but you know, to the other side, gotta have the back.
Thanks, man.
All right, that's all we got for you, Marvin. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Good, Spill. Just drop that somewhere. Thank you.
Sorry.
You all right?
All right, we've got Isaiah Spiller here. If y'all have questions for Isaiah, then shoot me a private message. We'll start off with Zach Taylor, WTAW.
Yeah, Isaiah, what was it like running the offense tonight in that weather? Do you feel like you guys were rusty at all after the kickoff?
I feel like we could have played a lot better. We had a lot of penalties. But yeah, we were a little rusty. But we're going to go to practice this week, just focusing on the little things and getting better so we can play our next opponent.
And I know that you ended up with 100 plus yards again tonight, almost 150, but I mean, you got a lot of those chunks too. So it seemed like at times you guys were able to do really well on the ground. Other times LSU was doing a pretty good job defending.
Yeah, we weren't really consistent today. LSU did a pretty good job today, but I feel like we didn't really play up to our potential, and we can play a lot better than what we did today. So we're just gonna keep working and keep practicing hard. So.
All right, let's go to Gabe Bach from Texags, and then Travis Brown.
Yeah, Isaiah, I wonder if you could take us through that 52-yard run in the first half. It's kind of clunky early, and you were able to kind of get this thing going and give you a 2-score lead at that point. Take us through that play.
That play was kind of, the linebackers was flowing on Cooter, and Dan made a great block, and Jalen made a great block, and Rennick made a good downfield block, and the O-line just did a great job, and yeah.
All right, let's go to Travis Brown. That's all the questions I have on the queue, so if you have a question, get it in, please.
Isaiah, just curious, when y'all were in the COVID-19 contact tracing quarantine, well, as far as the offensive skill players go, was there a lot of players that were quarantined? Were y'all able to practice, or is this been the last week that a lot of y'all have been able to practice?
I don't really know all the details of who's quarantined, but we were able to practice. Not as many people were there, but we were practicing for 2 weeks. So I feel like we're a little rusty because some people were out, but we'll be better next week.
And what do y'all feel like you can do in this next week to try to regain that continuity in a quick turnaround?
Just practicing hard and trusting the coaches, and just going out there and catching balls and getting back in our rhythm, and running the ball and the O-line blocking. So we got a lot of work to do this week.
I'll throw one more out there if that's okay. And just, I know the defense stepped up big, and with the way that y'all were ranked highly, do you feel like the offense did enough to be able to maintain the college football playoff ranking that y'all received?
I'm not really worried about that. I feel like if we just come out and play every game, and the way we know how to play, we'll be fine. So we let the chips fall where they land. So.
All right, we'll finish up with Justin Woodard from KAGS.
Hey, Isaiah, just wondering what it means. Obviously, you've said it a couple times that you'll get back to the drawing board and get better next week, but what does it say to win in this type of weather? And if you want to kind of slap your win, you can, but what does it say about this team just to grind one out like that when you've had a couple blowout wins the last couple weeks?
Yeah. It just shows you how mature and just how we know how to win, even in situations where we're not playing good or today wasn't our best day, but we know how to get the job done. And yeah, that's just leadership on the team and everybody else coming together as one.
If I could follow up on that, you sense any frustration on the offense? You mentioned leadership.
Yeah.
You mentioned, sense any frustration, or you think guys stay pretty level-headed tonight through the struggle?
We stayed pretty leveled. Nobody was really out of. Nobody was really just mad. Even though we weren't playing up to our potential, we still kept a level head, and we'll be better next week. So.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
All right, that's all the questions we have for you. Good job, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is going to be Buddy Johnson. If you have questions for Mr. Pick Six, then get them in.
Good.
You good?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, welcome to the Zoom. We got some questions for you. We'll start off with Zach Taylor from WTAW.
Yeah, buddy, I just want you to go over that pick six. After making the catch, one, did you know that you were, I mean, was it set up that you thought you were going to be able to grab it? And then two, what did you think when you saw Green's face in front of you?
I mean, for one, man, I just have to, give all the credit back to, my D line, the pass rush, and, force the quarterback to make a throw like that, and my linebacker coach coaching me up right, defense coordinator, calling the right call, and you tend to make plays when you do your right assignments, and man, I was just fired up, and I know once I caught the ball, there wasn't no other answer but a touchdown. So that's all that was on my mind, scoring for this team and getting the job done. Without my teammates, I wouldn't be able to do that. Someone had to block for me.
Which one felt better, the pick six tonight or the scoop and score you had last year against Ole Miss?
Man, I don't know. I got to see. I might have to go talk to Coach T-Rob about this tonight, man. It's my second time running in the end zone. He might want me to come play a little bit of running back.
All right, thanks.
All right, let's go to Gabe Bach from Tag Sags, and then we'll go to Ty from the Battalion.
Now, I want to say Aaron Hansford had the hit on the quarterback on both ends.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Did he, buddy?
I really didn't know. I don't know because I obviously didn't see it at the time. But I mean, Hansford just been getting better week after week. And, he's been doing a great job for us. He's been buying in. He's communicating a lot more and he's stepping up. And man, I think it was hard on him. And I think he took it the right way. And he's getting better each week, and I'm proud of him.
Just in general, if you could just take us through that, the perfectly timed blitzes, dialing up heat on both those quarterbacks all night, it made a huge impact. If you could take us through linebackers and safeties really getting involved in it.
I think a lot of guys bought in tonight, bought in the game plan. That's what we've been trying to do lately. Just focusing on what we control. And, I think we came out tonight, we knew we had something to prove, not only because we was playing LSU, but this was the next game for us. This was the next opportunity. And guys came out fired up, ready to go. And, man, it just goes back to, practice, the way we prepare, week in and week out, we grind and, we put emphasis on everything we do. We put emphasis on turnover drills. That's why we were able to win a turnover margin tonight. It's little small things, tracking the hip, little things like that. We're trying to get better, and we're focusing on ourselves. And man, I'm so proud of this team, the way we come out and fight, and continue to compete.
Let's go to Mark Passwaters from Rivals.com, and then Travis.
Buddy, being a linebacker, you've got to love a game like tonight where things are on you. The weather's crappy.
Yeah.
And you guys got to get out there and hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about, the level of enjoyment you get playing in a game like this where the defense leads the way.
I mean, to me, I try to tell this defense all the time, we forever in depth for the offense, man. We forever owe them, we're always in depth and we always owe the offense. We have to step up and make plays. Defense winning championships, and I think we came out and did that tonight. And guys bought in, like I said, it goes back to the way we prepare at practice, and it's fun. And I'm proud of this team and proud of this defense, the way we continue to compete. And man, I tell you, we're fired up, but we know we have another great opportunity next week, so we're fired up and ready to go back to practice on Monday.
Thanks, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next up is Travis Brown from the Brown Conversation Eagle, and then Jennifer from the Battalion.
Hey, buddy, you mentioned having something to prove coming in this game. With the number 5 ranking, do you think the defense did enough to prove that y'all deserve to stay in that spot in the next rankings?
I don't ever think there's enough. You can always do more, and that's certainly how we feel as a defense. I think we'll continue to do that, and we're fired up to get better at practice. So, man, we're going back to practice Monday like nothing ever happened. Everything resets, and we're fired up, and I'm sure guys will have a lot of energy, and man, we just have to continue to keep getting better.
Was proving the committee right in that decision something that y'all thought of coming into this game when you were talking about having something to prove?
No, not at all. We continue to control what we can control. We can't worry about what the media thinks.
what goes on outside of this building. All we can worry about is getting better as a team and, continue to keep bonding and, playing as one. And I think we're starting to do that. Guys are buying in. We got to continue to keep buying in.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Jennifer Streeter for the Italian, and then Alex Miller.
Hey, buddy, kind of going back to your touchdown, what did that moment mean for you emotionally with it being your senior season and last time against LSU?
Man, it's